Good morning. I'm Sean Allen, and on behalf of the North Carolina Council of Churches, we are grateful for you spending some of your Holy Week with us. Hear now these words from the 13th chapter of John's Gospel. Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he had come from God and was going to God, got up from the table, took off his outer robe, and tied a towel around himself. Then he poured water into a basin, and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel that was tied around him. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus answered, "You do not know now what I am doing, but later you will understand." Peter said to him, "You will never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no share with me." Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head." After he had washed their feet, had put on his robe, and had returned to the table, Jesus said to them, "Do you know what I have done to you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, for that is what I am. So if I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have set you an example, that you also should do as I have done to you." This is the word of the Lord. I love this imagery. It's one of my favorite parts of Holy Week, the washing of one's feet, or hands, as it's become in some more modern context. I love it because it's Jesus taking a hospitable practice of his time and flipping it on its head, so that for the disciples and for all those who follow Jesus after them, it takes on a new meaning. I've been fortunate to participate in a number of these ceremonies, both as a pastor and as a lay person, and whether it's the washing of feet or the washing of hands, they are all beautiful. The symbolism of it, the reminder of what Jesus did to his disciples and of what we are supposed to do to one another. But I must confess, these words hit my ears a different way this time. To be frank, I'm tired of washing my hands. That may sound a bit trivial given everything that's going on, but I am. I'm tired of washing my hands. My hands are cracking, they're dry. It's not just the washing of hands. I've been a pretty sanitary person for most of my life. I know when to wash my hands, to wash them after I use the restroom or before I prepare food or eat a meal, to wash them after I've been outside or worked in the yard, to wash them before I hold a newborn baby. But still, I'm tired of washing my hands. And perhaps it's more than just the act of washing hands. It's because I'm also using hand sanitizer, or I'm helping clean our house every day because there are 5 of us living in close proximity to one another. My partner and I working from home, or trying to work from home as best we can, while our 3 children are unable to attend elementary, middle, and high school. And they're doing their best to try to learn digitally, to also participate in extracurricular activities with their friends via Zoom calls and FaceTime. So it's not just the washing of hands, it's the having to stay at home. It's the social distancing on the rare occasions that I do get to go outside, the having to stay 6 feet away from everyone else and having to wear a mask. Being mindful in the grocery store to not take too much because there are others who will come after me. It's these regular social conventions that are just symbolized in the washing of hands, and I'm just worn down, and I don't think I'm the only one. And so these words from John's Gospel remind us that the symbol of washing of feet was less about having that symbol and more about the transforming of will. Simon Peter's very will was transformed. He was not willing to have his feet washed, and in a moment's notice he was ready to have his whole body washed. And so even now, even though we won't be able to get together on Holy Week and wash hands and feet, we won't be together on Easter Sunday and smell those lilies and see those pretty Easter outfits. Even though we can't do that, we can wash our hands each and every day. And in doing so, have that act baptized in a way, sanctified, as a reminder of this is how we are caring for each other right now. Just the simple act of washing hands, as socially simple as it might be, is a sacred act right now. It is the way that we love for and care one another, just as Jesus asked us to do 2,000 years ago. And so I will do my best to keep doing that, and in doing so have my will transformed, so that when the rules do change again, we can continue to do the good work that Christ calls us to do, not only as members of the council, but as members of this creation, the good work of God's grace in the world. And so the peace of Christ be with you this day and this Holy Week and beyond.